Hi there, welcome back to the channel. I'm Max, your host for this poker vlog. This is number 11 and I'm playing 1-2 session, and as you can see in the title, I've won almost $2,000. Yes, I'm super lucky and I'm gonna show you why in a few minutes. First of all, you're probably gonna say that is rigged, and why am I only showing my positive and my profitable session, but like my boy Leo said,
John, one thing I can promise you, even in this market, is that I never ask my clients to judge me on my winners. I ask them to judge me on my losers because I have so few.
So as Leo said, don't judge by my winners, but judge by my losers, and I have some few. But I want to show you some losing session, but right now I'm just winning and I'm super grateful that I'm winning, and I'm just gonna continue. I'm not regretting it at all. Online playing is different, but at live session right now, I'm doing super well. Anyway, let's see it and let's roll. The first hand of the night was Ace King in the bottom position. There was one raiser from the middle position at $10. So I decided to make a 3-bet of $35 to isolate the player, and he makes the call. The flop was a 10, 4, and a 2 of rainbow. He decided to check. Here, since it's a pretty dry board, I decided to make a bet to represent that I have a strong hand of $30, and he decided to make the call. The turn was a 6 of diamond, and he checked again, and I decided I wanted to continue my story, and the turn didn't change things because when he had a 4-3, a 5-3, he could have a set here of 2s or 4s, could have a 10, but then I would do that with all my strong hand, so aces and kings. I would still continue because it changed nothing, so I decided to make a bet again, and he folds, so he either had nothing or a small pair. My next hand was the Rockets, the AA. There was one limper. The hijack decided to put a $15 bet. Since I got aces, I got a 3-bet, so I put a $40. The middle position, first limper called, and the hijack called as well. The flop was a 3, 10, and a deuce. It looked like the same flop as the previous one. So he decided to do a dunk bet even though I 3-bet him. Put a $40 here, so I decided to make the standard call and see what he's going to do on the turn. And the other one fold. So we heads up for a turn, which was a 3 of spades here. And he still decided to put a $40 bet. So now this $40 bet, since he donk bet me first time, and now he's showing a little bit of weakness because he didn't increase his bet size. To me, it shows absolute weakness, and he had absolutely like fuck all, or he had like a weak 10. So I decided to make a raise here of $160. Now, thinking about it, I think it's pretty much too high, but my main goal was I wanted to shove on the river, and since we were like deep, I decided to make a big bet, not just like a 3x's amount. I decided to go for a 4x and see what he's going to do. If he would have called, I would probably put a shove on the river, prepare myself, but he decided to make a fold. My next hand was ace 2 of club in the low jack position. There was 2 limpers, so I decided to raise it up at $15, and we were 3 other people called. 4 ways to say a flop, which was 9 of club, king of diamond, and 2s of diamond. Now, it all checks to me here with my deuce here, and I don't have really much equity. A king could have there. It's a pretty wet board, so I just decided to make a pot control and decided to check as well. The turn was a 5 of club. Now I'm having a flush draw, and since I have a pair with a flush draw, and the small blind decided to put a bet of 25. The middle position called, so here I felt a little bit of weakness, and since I'm having a flush draw, so I'm trying to make some more money here, so I decided with all this variables in mind, decided to put a raise of $75, and only the middle position make the call. The river was a queen of clubs, so now I have my flush draw. I have my flush to the nuts, and he decided to make a check. Then I have to bet. So here I decided to bet like a half pot size to like really polarize. So he could call with Jack 10, could call with 2 pairs, could be scared of the flush, but then again, he decided to call my re-raise at the turn, so I decided he had a pretty strong hand, so I decided to put a bet 25 and he folded. My next hand was Ace Jack in the undergun +1 position. I decided to put a raise of $10 and only the big blind calls. The flop was a Jack of club, 2 of spade, and a 3 of spades. Now I'm having top pair with a flush draw. That was a monster flop for me. However, with that player, I tried to play a little bit of sneaky so that like polarize a bit my hands, that I would probably like check even though I have a strong hand. But I wouldn't recommend this because normally you want to make some money. So normally I should have bet on that flop because I have so much of a strong hand. But I wanted it to play a little bit sneaky with that guy. So I decided to check. And the turn was a 2 of heart here. He checked. So I decided to put a bet pot of $20. And he decided to make the call. Turn was a 9 of heart. I don't seem to have any like change anything at all. So I decided to put a $40 and he makes the call. So it was not of a bigger hand, but just trying to play sneaky. That sometimes I do change my strategy depending of the player I'm playing against. So for my next hand, I have pocket kings, first time of the night. And what luckily position I am at the straddle. And do you know what even is better? There's a double straddle. And what's even better? There's a raise of $35 after him. So wow, I'm super lucky with this kind of premium at my position. So I decided to put a bet of 105. And the undergun, the middle position, the first raiser, decided to make the call. The flop was Jack 3 and another Jack. Here I decided, since he called my 105, decided he's pretty strong, so I decided to make a c-bet and he decided to fold. I was lucky on the pre-flop, but didn't got any action, sad. My next hand, I got Ace 8 of diamonds in the cutoff position. There's one straddler, one guy limped, so I decided to put a raise of $25, big blind call, and the undergun +1 decided to make the call. The flop was a 5 diamond, ace of club, and a 9 of club. Now, the big blind decided to check, and the undergun +1 decided to make a dunk bet where he didn't show the strength. I did, but he put a bet of $25. Now here with a top pair, but a decent kicker, decided to just make the call. There's no reason here to increase the pot, and the big blind decided to fold. The turn was a favorable turn, but still a not so comfortable because it was an 8 of club here. Why I'm saying not too comfortable? Because all the clubs are here and could have a straight, possibility of a straight. So I got to be careful. And then the undergun +1 decided to make a bet of $50 here since I don't have any clubs. But I could improve to a full house, but I just decided to be careful and just make the bet of, just to call him. And the river was a 6 of heart here. Now, it's pretty much a scary card because any 7 would be for a straight, any clubs would be a flush. So when he bet $100 on the river, I don't think there's any reason to re-raise him. And since he dunk bet me on the flop, I had a feeling that I was beat at the flop and then thought I couldn't raise afterwards, even though I catch my second pair. So with all that in mind, I just decided to make a call, and the villain chose ace of heart and 10 of diamonds. So pretty much he wasn't scared of all of the clubs, he wasn't scared of all the straights. I was pretty much more scared than him, but it was a favorable play at the end. My next hand was the dealer hand. When you get king 4, any position, you gotta play it because it's the dealer's hand. Anyway, I'm in the middle position. I decided to put a raise of $10, and there's 4 callers. The flop came out to be an ace of heart, 3 of club, and a 3 of heart, which was bingo. I had the flush nut draw, and I could represent an ace as well. So I decided to put a bet of $15, and everyone fold. So I have no action. That was it. Pretty much sad, but I get to win with my king 4. My next hand was pocket kings again in the big blind position. The hijack decided to put a bet of $15. Cutoff decided to call. Small blind called as well. Now here with a pot of around $45, I decided to make a big bet raise of $65. And the hijack and cutoff decided to call. 3 ways to see a flop, which was 5-5 for 2 diamonds. Here, I don't think they really have a 5 in their range, so I decided to make a big bet because since they called my big raise, I presume they have a big pair in their hand as well. But I don't think they have aces here because someone would probably re-raise me pre-flop. So I'm pretty sure I'm way ahead of them, so I decided to put a bet of $100 and they all decided to fold. So again, with my kings, I don't have much action, but I still got a pretty much decent pot. My next hand was pocket 5s in the middle position. There was one limper, so I decided to book a raise of $15, tender raise that night. The low jack decided to call small blind and the big blind as well. 4 ways to see a flop of queen, 5, and 10, all rainbow. Now here, since I have a set and I'm pretty much golden here, but it could be someone could have a straight draw. Anyway, there's a previous dunk bet as usual from that guy who put a bet of $10, and here, since I have a set, I decided to re-raise here because I know he always tend to do that with either a queen, either a little pair, or either a straight draw. Anyway, I know he's weak when he dunk bet, and since I have a set, I want to make some money. So yes, don't slow play them. And he calls my 35. Everyone folds, heads up to see a turn, which was a queen of spades. Now here, it's a very good thing because I have a full house. I think he had a queen because he still dunk bet me as well again of $50. Now here, since I have a full house, I put a raise here of $175. I decided to make a big bet because I know he's going to pay if he had a queen because he cannot fold queens. No one in those 1-2 games don't seem to fold queens here. No way, baloney, because he could have a full house afterward as well. So that's why I re-raise him again, and he makes the call. Heads up to see a river, which was a 9 of spades here. Now, it's pretty much favorable in 9 of spades because I don't think he played queen 9, and if someone had jack king, maybe if it fulfills a straight, it fulfills a straight. But I gotta be careful here because I was still scared because he still dunk bet me of $75 now here. Now he dunk bet me 3 times each round. So now I'm like, oh my god, what can he have? Does he really have queen 10? Does he have a full house better than me? But then still, I know he's pretty weak, and I think that was my mistake. I did raise here, but I think I should have went all in. But I wanted to be paid, and I figured out in my head that if someone dog bet me and the other guy decided to re-raise you every time, I'm pretty sure that guy is way stronger than you. That's what it shows, and that's what I'd shown. And so I figured out that if I go all in, he wouldn't call. But then when I re-raise him at $250 and he snap call, I think, oh my god, pretty sure he would have called anytime if I went all in. So that was a bad play on my part. I should have went all in. And anyway, the villain chose ace of heart and queen of diamonds. So he did have his queen, but he did not have full. So I did lost a little bit of value here, and I didn't went for my name max value because if I would have went all in, it would have been max value. So here I did play poorly. Next, and I got ace-8 in the big blind position. Everyone decided to limp, so I decided to re-raise it. And the cutoff position decided to go all in, which was around $33 each. He didn't have a lot of money, and since I've already put $20, it's $13. Don't mind at all. So I have ace-8 of club, and he shows king, queen offsuit. And what is funny is the flop that come out to be an ace-8-8. What can you demand more? He's already dead. If he got to be running, king, or queen, and dead. So yeah, I was lucky that night. See the flop tells everything. And when I told you I had a pretty lucky night, guess what? I checked my hand and I still got pocket kings for a 3rd time. What are the odds? For pockets 1 out of 221, but now I had them 3 times in under 4 hours or so, give or take. And we play how many hands in an hour? Around 30 hands. So let's say it's 120 hands. So Can someone calculate the odds and rate them in the comment down below? What are the odds of like having 3 pocket kings under 4 hours around like 120 hands? Anyway, that was my last hand, and it was really interesting hand because I didn't know what to do, and I was super lucky again. Let me start. There was 2 limper from the undergun and the small blind. So I decided to put a bet of $15, and only the undergun decided to call. The flop was king, king, deuce. Oh my god, flop quads. How can I be more lucky? I flopped flushes, I got kings, I flopped quads. So yeah, it seems like it was my lucky night. So here, since I got a king, decided to check. There's no reason here to bet to scare him off. And you know what? Even more lucky, he decided to make a bet of $25. There's no reason here to re-raise him, not scare him off. Decided to make sneaky call, and I'm gonna trap and trap and trap and trap and trap and trapping him. So the turn was a jack of diamond, changing nothing at all. So I decided to check, boom, and he bets again now. Oh my god, he must be strong, or is he trying to bluff me? I think pretty much he's trying to bluff me. So I'm just going to give him some rope, and I decided to make a simple call, $40. And now the river was a 7 and diamond. There's no reason here to make a bet. I decided to check, and he decided to bet again of $75. Oh my god, is he representing a king? He's trying to represent a king, because how can he have a king? I got all of them. I got all 4 of them. Anyway, here, since he still bet like 3 times and I got all the kings, I didn't really know what to do. Can he add like a pocket jack? So he had a full house, pocket deuce, maybe, or he's bluffing. Anyway, I think the only solution here was to go all in. If he had like a full house, maybe he would pay off, but since he folded, I think he pretty much tend to a bluff. But I was lucky enough to flop quads, lucky enough that he bets 3 times, and I trapped him. So that was my night. Pretty decent one. So as you can see, I did pretty much good. I was super lucky, and I'm super grateful for that. And one of the main reasons I didn't lose I won a lot at the end of my session, like $2,000. It's because I didn't lose pots. I just like won littles and littles, and I won big ones. So I didn't lose big major pots. So that's why it helped me to like gain more and more money. And that's why at the end I was in for $600 and out for $2,600, where I won around $2,000. So right now I'm like running super hot, even though sometimes I'm doing mistakes. I'm not perfect, but what this channel helped me out that I can improve, because I'm reevaluating my situation, looking back to my hands and like which pot am I better at, which pot I'm like worse at, and trying to improve it. That's why I'm creating this channel. It's to help each other, and I want also you to give me feedbacks, because at the end, that last pot I probably should have went all in, but here I lost around $200 to $300 more. But anyway, I'm not perfect, but that's not the end. How can you be ungrateful if you won a lot of money? But still, I can improve, totally can improve as always. Anyway, so I'm super grateful for you to saw my video for that, and if you want to watch more, see you next week.